All rise. Superior Court for the State of Washington, in and for the County of King is now in session. The Honorable Melinda Johnson Taylor presiding.
Thank you. Please be seated. Today is one of the best days that we have in family treatment court, and I am so honored that I get to preside over the graduation of Jennifer Bailey, and ultimately moving on with her two beautiful children. I want to tell you I have struggled with what to say to you, and I can't hardly look at you without crying, because you are an inspiration not only to other people in recovery, but to your family treatment court team, to the people that work really hard to help people. You inspire us and you bless us. And I'm so grateful that I've had the opportunity to know you and to see all that you have done and to just imagine all that you will do. It's profound, and for that, I'm so grateful. So with that, we'll start your graduation with the Serenity Prayer, and I believe Teresa Anderson Harper is going to be doing that. Is she here? You're doing the Serenity Prayer.
Yeah, I guess.
Stand, please.
God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference.
Thank you. Amen.
Okay. So for those of you that don't know Jennifer's history in family treatment court, she joined us in June of 2015. She gave us a photograph of herself and said, this is what I want to be again. And I want you to know that every time I saw you, especially when you were on probation for every single week for a long time, I believed that you could return to that picture. And I want you to know now, I see more than what was in that picture. You have grown so much, and I believe that even you know you are far more than you even knew you could be. There are people that are in this room today that are struggling and are at a place where we hope that they hit the same point that you did, and I hope that you have the opportunity to talk to us about that today, because your words, of course, have an impact and are profoundly valuable. So rather than continue to talk about your journey through family treatment court, because it was a long one, worth every second, and I think that you sharing your story will be the most impactful. So for that, I would invite others to speak on your behalf, and to tell you all of the amazing things about you that I'm hopeful that you will always remember. Charles Loeffler was your social worker, and he is first on the list.
So Jay, I didn't get to be your social worker until about 6 months ago. And that means I've missed a lot of the colorful beginnings in this case, and in your journey in FTC. I hear there were things about hair and a boombox, but I got to miss all of that. What I did not get to miss was these last 6 months. And these last 6 months, you have been a rock star in this program. And when I try to think of you, I think of two big things. And one is taking in recovery, and the other is putting out recovery. And when I say that, I mean, whenever I think of, the times that I've seen you and worked with you, you've been looking and listening to hear other people's stories, to learn new things. Even at level 3 of FTC, we come to court and I see you up here in the gallery and you're listening and intently listening to everybody else's story. But that's not all of it. It's that you also have developed such a voice to share your own story and the things that you've learned with others, and that really makes you a leader in this program. And I'm really honored to have gotten to know you at this time, and I'm excited about the way you're going to go forward with your family. Congratulations.
Mr. Conroy.
Good afternoon, Jennifer.
Hi, Jen.
For those of you that don't know, Mr. Conroy is Miss Bailey's attorney.
I got to know Jennifer about a year ago or so, I think it was, when she was on program probation.
For a long time.
And for a long time. And we begged the court to be open-minded about what we can accomplish in this program and where you can go. And you've done it all. You have done it all. Every time we came in when you were on probation, I oftentimes wondered that we would get here, but we were always hopeful. And you did it, and you amazed everybody in this room, I think, and everybody that has known you for the last year, that you have come so far. It's amazing, really. I'm impressed by your work and your dedication to the program and to sobriety, obviously. And you'll do well wherever you go. I'm convinced of that, but having known you now for about a year or so, I think it's a fascinating experience, and I wish you the best.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thanks, Jeff.
Okay, thank you.
Susanna Everly, are you here? Susanna is the Family Treatment Court Wraparound Specialist.
Okay, so when I met you, you had a list of things that you wanted, and I want to say what they were and say what they are. Okay. I want to be the mom I should have been, to show them I'm ready to be present and keep them safe, to show them how to resolve issues without using drugs, to know people are on my side, and to not just use my rebellious and defiant self to cope. And for my choices, or I'm going to just say that one for how you are now. So now you are the mom that you should have been, but also that you can be. You show your kids that not only are you ready to be present and keep them safe, you are present and keeping them safe. You are an example in your modeling how to get through issues without using drugs. You know people are on your side. I feel very proud of that one. And you have skills to cope, and you know that your choices are yours because you are honest and real on a daily basis, and you put the work in. It's not choices that are forced on you anymore. We're done with that. And I just want to say your vision statement out loud today because it feels important. It is, we will have a life where we are secure and safe enough to enjoy the rainbow. This is beautiful. And I want to say thank you to your family, especially Kaylin and Sean and Thomas, but especially Kaylin and Thomas because you guys were in it with us in the wraparound, and it was awesome. It was awesome. Kaylin, you are awesome. And Sean, you are awesome. I just didn't get to spend as much time with you. You're a very busy person.
Playing video games and stuff like that.
Whatever.
Okay. Thank you, Susanna. Thank you. You've been amazing.
Martha Spivak, who is your CASA.
Yes.
So I am just, first and foremost, so proud of you for all of the hard work you have done. I am so happy that I got to be Sean's CASA and got to know Kaylin through that process and you. And I never had any doubt that you could be here on this day, but there were moments when maybe we thought you wouldn't make it to this day, but I always knew that you could do it, and you did it. You did everything. You went through the hard times. You asked for help when you had your back against the wall, and instead of going down a path that wouldn't have been healthy for you or your family, you chose that harder, longer, better path, and you are here today because of that. And I'm so glad that you asked for help. I'm so glad that you have been in this all the way, 100%, all the work you've put in. I'm so glad to see you and your kids all together and healthy, and your beautiful smile, and just knowing how much you have grown and what you've learned and the impact that you've made, not just on your family, but on everyone here, the staff and the participants and the volunteers. And you are a rock star, you're a miracle, you're an inspiration, and I'm just glad I got to know you.
So the next two speakers are Jill Murphy and Michelle Sosda. So I'm just going to say, everyone get your tissue ready, because Jill Murphy is legendary for cranking out the tears. So I'm a little nervous about it myself. So, are you not speaking?
I am now. Absolutely. I'm ready.
If you put yourself on the agenda.
Oh, I should have taken myself off. But that's okay. I came prepared. So what I usually do is give a little synopsis for people who were not here the whole time Jennifer was, so that they can know how amazing her journey was. And she started with us on June 4th, 2015. So as everybody knows, dependency is a marathon, not a sprint. And Jennifer started, and she was homeless, which is really, really hard, right? So she's already starting with a huge hill in front of her. And she was also not connected to any substance abuse or mental health treatment. So she had a lot of catching up to do. She entered methadone treatment in early June and entered inpatient on July 15th, 2015, but was unsuccessfully discharged a week later. She entered inpatient again a month later on August 23rd, 2015, and was unsuccessfully discharged 5 days later. So a little bit of a journey there. But the good part is she reconnected with methadone treatment after that, but then was discharged from methadone treatment on December 3rd, 2015 for conduct issues, for continued use, and falsifying court documents. So those are some pretty big charges. And but she didn't give up. She kept coming to court, which is huge, so we could keep working with her and keep having conversations and keep encouraging her and letting her know that there are deadlines and there are lines coming up. So she started treatment at New Traditions on January 25th, 2016, with a new clean date, one that she has kept since that time, of January 28th, 2016. And she began mental health treatment services at Sound Mental Health in February. And while she battled homelessness up until this point, she finally was able to enter Passage Point in March of 2016. That's a long time to work on housing, and you didn't give up. But you got it, and you continued your IOPs, intensive outpatient services, at THS through Passage Point. And during this time, your two beautiful children returned to your care and were able to live with you. She had done so well in intensive outpatient services that she successfully graduated to aftercare services on July 1st, 2016, which is a pretty quick turnaround. And she started trauma therapy services at Harborview that same month. She completed treatment at Harborview with praise from her therapist at how well she used those services she was provided. And her therapist said, "Please send me more people like Jennifer." So that's a pretty high compliment, because that's some really hard work that a lot of people understandably want to avoid, but you didn't. You dove in and you did the hard work, and your recovery is going to thank you for that in the long run. So good job on that. So during all this, Jennifer had been placed on program probation, having received 20 responses from the court, and had the permanency plan for her children changed to adoption due to her lack of progress. However, Jennifer used this accountability to step up and engage in her services, and began to connect with her sober support community, attending a home group in Burien that she ended up leading and helping others connect with. She reached out for peer and team support through the Wraparound process, and learned how to support her children through this process as well. She resolved 5 outstanding legal charges from 5 different courts, one of which was dropped due to her amazing progress in family treatment court. So before it even got off the ground, they dismissed it. So that's the payback of recovery, right?
Yes.
That's all these things that you can't see that you'll benefit from. And you took it one step at a time, sometimes just one step at a time, and you got here today. So today, Jennifer's a leader in the recovery community. She is a caring, responsible parent that continues to support her children through football moms group and joint homework sessions. But most importantly, you are a grateful, joyous mother who is reaping and sharing the benefits of your journey. So I hope you continue to do that even after graduation. You will be missed. Congratulations.
I saw your face, Sean, when you heard the word adoption, and that was exactly the same face your mother made, and did a complete 180. So you don't fall far from the tree. Next is the family treatment court specialist, treatment specialist, Michelle Shosted.
Whew, you got here. So I just want people that are here today to kind of hear the true road that I got to be witness to Jennifer traveling on. For those of you that were not here on that first day, sorry Jennifer, I'm going to say it one more time, was that Jennifer came in probably about an hour late to court her very first day. Not the best of impressions. And when she came in, we had big earrings, big hair, bleach blonde. I think we had bright blue pants, big boots, and I think it was a switch. It was some DJ equipment. So I didn't even know if Jennifer was in the right place, to be honest. And it took a while for me to get to know the Jennifer that is just dynamic. She is the same person she was that day. She is resilient. She is strong. She is a natural leader. She does not give up, and she has undying devotion for the two of you, if you didn't already know that. She already had support. She just didn't know how to use it. And most importantly, Jennifer knew you knew what you needed. From all of those tough conversations about the ups and downs that Jill mentioned, you knew what you needed. I need housing. I need methadone. And you did it. You did the hard work. We would have the conversation and you would do the work. And if somebody shut the door in your face, you would go to the next door. So you are so strong and so resilient that I know that there's 2 children in your care that are getting the benefits, reaping the benefits of the modeling of who you are. I can do it. Okay. So with that said, there is little that we can do. Thank you. There is little that we can do there's not enough that we can do to acknowledge who you are and what you have done, because you have paved recovery into your life, into your family's life, and into those around you. You've not created a dirt road, you've not laid pebbles, you've paved a road. And I have the utmost confidence that you will continue to pave it for yourself and others from here forward. So with that being said, the least we can do is help you celebrate. I heard of this little salon or this little place in Burien that might be good to getting your nails done. So this one is for you, Mom, not to be shared with others. And this is to be shared with the family. This is for you and the family to enjoy together on behalf of Family Treatment Court, because We know how important family is to you, and we want you to celebrate all that you are and all who you will be, because we know there's more in store for you. So congratulations. Thank you. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
Is there any family or friends or anyone else that would like to say a few words? Go ahead, ma'am, if you could introduce yourself as well.
I'm Jennifer's mother.
Nice to meet you.
I'm already crying. I haven't even spoke.
Yeah, we'll just-
So, Jennifer, what a difference a year makes. Nothing harder than losing a child to drugs and then watching what it does to the grandkids. I'll say there is so much power in prayer. I can't believe I got my daughter back. You're wonderful, Jennifer, and I love you so much, and I'm so proud of you.
Anybody want to follow that?
I don't want to follow it. I want to give her this, but we had picked this out way before you started coming to Celebrate Recovery, so I wished that it would reflect your family at Celebrate Recovery too, but you had said you were interested in one of those, so there you go.
She's been a big part of my recovery, Teresa.
Oh, I will say one thing. So, we had made plans to try to hook up to go to meetings, and that didn't work out. But one day she was like, "I'm going to," and so I get there, and she's chairing the meeting, and she continues, I believe, to chair that same meeting, or just moved over one day, but from program probation to chairing meetings in like 3 weeks.
I just want to say that,
Wait, you have to tell us who you are. So
oh, I'm Thomas. I'm Jennifer's boyfriend, fiance. When we first started this, it was hard. We all struggle with addiction and just anything that can make you stronger. Jennifer's definitely inspired me to do a lot, and it's hard to stop doing certain things, and just the stuff that we went through and how much she's inspired me to stop is just unbelievable. I didn't think that we'd make it here when we first started, and she's pushed me, farther than I thought I would ever be able to go. So I just want to say I love you, Jen.
My name is Tammy. I'm a recent graduate. Wedding ceremony here at FTC.
Had to throw that in there.
Had to throw that in there. I'm Jennifer's friend, and she has been such an amazing friend towards my family. Bella loves you, and you guys are awesome. I love you guys. Through my weakness, sometimes you're there to lift me up. Through my worst times, my happy time, you're always there. Every time I wake up in the morning, I look forward to those texts that you give me. And I can never thought in a million years me and you would be friends. I remember that boom box. I was right behind you. But you are a really giving person. Not only that, the giving part is straight from the heart, and I love you. And I love you and Thomas, and thank you again for bringing me out for my first time in 8 years for date night. For 4 hours. I love you.
So we have some gifts from Family Treatment Court as well.
So this is a gift card for Picture People so that you all can go get a new family picture made. And we also have a frame for you. So we can take that in, and then maybe we need an update because we got that was a little picture from just a while ago. Oh, good. Well, then you get me a portrait and share it with your family. And this is for you, sweetheart. It's a book and a movie ticket. And then I know you love video games, but I hope you love books too. Okay, so make a little time for this, okay? And then here's your movie ticket. Don't lose it. And oh yeah. Okay, congratulations. I've only known you a short time, but you're definitely somebody we won't forget. Here's your. Yeah. You guys are gonna be in this.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Well, not that
You
one.
want
One at
one
home.
like that? Madam AAG, do you have an order for presentation?
I do. Oh boy.
So I'm Rachel Rappaport, the Assistant Attorney General representing the Department of Social and Health Services, State of Washington. I have an order here dismissing the dependencies. And it says here that this is coming before the court on the Department of Social and Health Services motion to dismiss the dependencies because the permanent plan of return home has been achieved and court supervision is no longer needed.
We'll get you a copy of that. And here is your certificate for your completion.
I'm gonna look you.
I'll be right here. Ow, it's me. Am I getting hug from you too? Are you gonna stay far away?
I'm not a hugger.
I am.
Oh, but Kaylin, sweetheart.
I am. She'll get you.
I will.
You can run, but you can't run.
Okay, the face again.
My mom picked it up.
I don't wear gloves either.
Congratulations. So, Miss Bailey, as I have said before, and I will say again, your voice is powerful. So please take your time and share with us anything that you wish, preferably your story, because it is so valuable.
Oh wow, it's been a long, it's been a very long journey with family treatment court, and I'm gonna cry already. The most terrible thing is when you lose your kids to CPS. It's one of the most devastating things that ever happened to me. And at the time, I couldn't see where we're at today. I was just thinking about how unfair it was and how I didn't deserve that, and whoever turned me in, they got, karma coming to them. It was all about me. Amen. It wasn't about what the kids were going through. To me, it wasn't that bad at the time. I figured if you have love for your kids, that's all that you need. But boy, was I wrong. Before CPS, my kids were not consistently in school. They were running around the streets with me all the time, living in a suburban. And I thought that was okay. I thought that I deserved housing, and just because I was homeless, that they should give it to me because I have kids. Those were the things that I thought. So how we got to this place is I went to jail, and I got sentenced to 40 days in jail, and I got a visit. It was from the CPS social worker who asked me what my plans for the kids were while I was in jail. And they asked me if I trusted my baby's dad because we had domestic violence in our relationship for 16 years. I was honest. I said no, I didn't. And
They're with a family friend, so CPS went and picked them up. I got out of jail after 20 days, just thinking I was going to go pick up my kids. No. Got a hold of CPS, and they said, we want 3 UAs a week, and we want you to get into chemical dependency treatment. In no way did I think it was going to take me 2 years to get here. When you're out on the streets, time goes by so fast, and you have the best intentions with your kids. You don't realize how much time has passed when you're out there running the street. So I was in contact with the kids. My mom had them. My mom took care of them. I got to come for Christmas and holidays, and I got to talk to them on the phone, and they were in Chehalis, so I didn't get to see them very often. But I wrote them letters thinking that I was comforting them, that I was going to do the right thing, making promises that I didn't keep up until today. But I was in regular dependency, and if you're in the system, regular dependency, you only see the judge like every 6 months, And it was almost a year before my lawyer said, have you ever thought of family treatment court? It's just something I heard about, but I didn't know much about it. But my first worry was, well, when do I get the kids back? How can I get the kids back? Well, this program, they'll help you with housing, and people statistically get their kids back faster in family treatment court. That's all I cared about, So they told me, come for an observation here, see what family treatment court is about, and see if it's for you. So I peeked my head in, and I saw this room, and I only stayed for a few minutes, but I was already like, yeah, I'm going to get my kids back faster. I didn't talk to anybody, just stood back there just kind of watching. But I signed up, and I got admitted to family treatment court. And the judge just has an amazing, smiling, kind face. But I did everything. I was trying. Okay, I have to take that back. I was doing certain things besides the things that I needed to do. I made appointments here and there for my team. I looked into a few things, but I wouldn't get clean. I figure I'm going to try to do everything else besides get clean. That didn't work for very long. I went to my inpatient places after a while, and one time I smuggled an e-cigarette in because I wasn't allowed to smoke, so I got kicked out. Another time I felt like some girls were ganging up on me, but really, it was just my addict in me saying, you know what, get out of this, you'll find a different way, But when I came home from that, I was so ashamed, I didn't even want to tell the kids I left. Because you make these promises, and the kids think you're finally starting to do the right thing, and then you let them down. But I came here, and the judge finally, I can remember this day, and some of you guys were here, but one of the worst days of my life was when I came in here, and I was sick already. I had just the flu, pneumonia. I was trying to quit using, but I wasn't really. Still using every other day, thinking that I was making some progress, but going to a meeting for a second just to get my slip signed and then leaving, but not committing to anything. But I came in here sick, and I didn't even want to come, and I didn't realize that it was a permanency planning hearing and a check-in. So, like they said, probably came in with my little DJ equipment and my bright blue pants and my hair bleached blonde and these huge earrings, And I sat in that chair when it came my time, and they changed it to, it wasn't even plan was to return kids home. It wasn't even that. It was just the plan is adoption. The look on my face just dropped. I didn't even know. I was like, how could this already? You're trying to prolong it as long as you can because you think, oh, if I'm in this program, eventually I'll get it. But just time goes by fast. But the look on my face, I just about dropped, and I flew out of here. So upset. And some of the other girls were trying to stop me, but I just kept going. I'm sure they were going to say, it's going to be okay. You can change this. Christina, she's already graduated, but she was here that day, and she was one of the people who chased me down. Not chased me, but trying to get to me down the hall. But I left here, and I walked right in front of a car. Really. I just wanted to die. It was going to be too hard to get here. So I sat across in the parking lot on the ground just crying for a while. And Thomas was like, what happened in there? You know, I wouldn't even talk for a couple of hours. I didn't even know what. I was like, I just wanted to give up. Martha comes to our house the next day. She sits down with me and we have a real talk about what's going to happen from here. What do I need to do? That talk brought me here today. I can't even remember what we said, but it was finally at the turning point where I didn't want to quit because I felt like I was being pushed. I felt like the state was dangling my kids in front of me. And I'm the rebellious type. I don't want to do something just because you want me to. I want to do it for myself. So it was at that moment that I said, fine, I give up. I submit because I'm not going to lose my kids over this. That was the moment that my entire life changed. That's the moment that brought me here today. So for the rest of the people in family treatment court who are struggling with that same problem, where you're just saying, I'll quit tomorrow, I'll quit tomorrow, I'll quit tomorrow. Before you know it, years will pass. One day you got to break down and just do the hard work. And don't use no matter what. It doesn't matter if your boyfriend breaks up with you. It doesn't matter if you lose your job. It doesn't matter if your mom, dad dies. You don't use no matter what. You go to a meeting, you call a sponsor, no matter what. And that's the mentality that you have to think of every day when stuff hits the fan. You don't have an excuse anymore. If you want to be here, that's what you've got to do. And when I had been clean January 18th. I was so excited when I thought 3 days later I was going to go in for a clean UA. I was telling everybody, I'm going to have a clean UA this time. I'm going to have a clean UA this time. And I don't even know if they believed me, but Michelle called me when I finally got my clean date. And that's when everything changed for me. You know, I wanted to say, like, I wanted to do the other things besides getting clean. But if you can get clean, everything else will fall into place. Before you know it, I got my housing. I got my kids back. I went to jail even after I had been clean for 5 months. You guys, I was in a car coming back from Fred Meyer's. We got pulled over. I had been doing the right thing for months. So when the cop ran my name, he said I had a warrant out of Renton. I was devastated. I had been doing the right thing for months, going to all of my court dates. I got a planner and everything, but they popped a review from 2 years ago. That moment, I could have relapsed. I could have just said, fuck it, you know. They were trying to give me 120 days in jail. And the kids were with Thomas's mom. We had no idea what was going to happen, but this family treatment court team came together. I went to court with a stack of papers like this of recommendations. That judge dropped that case because of what I've done, but family treatment court, Charles was there to support me. Teresa was there to support me. I never had support like that. These people do care about you and they want to help you. That judge up there is the most amazing judge I've ever met. They will bend over backwards for you, but you've got to do the work. They will be there for you, but you've got to do it too. So, I will always recommend family treatment court to people who have dependency. It's hard work, but if you're doing the right thing, you'll get there. So with that, thank you. I'm sure it is.
Cake and refreshments. So if everyone would like to join us, please help us celebrate this amazing day.